What's up, everyone? Jim and Scott here to talk to you about the premiere of Star Trek Discovery, the new CBS All Access show, the return of Star Trek to the small screen.
Yep.
It's been a while. Now, Scott, you've seen the first 3 episodes. We're only going to talk about the first 2. And this is a non-spoiler conversation. We have no spoilers whatsoever, so let's dive into it. Look, this is a streaming service show. This is CBS All Access. Internationally, it'll be on Netflix. So my question is Star Trek Discovery worth a streaming subscription?
Right. Yeah.
Whether it's CBS All Access or
That's
Netflix.
been the big question leading up to this. In my opinion, it's worth it.
Okay.
I think it's worth it. I think we've got a new Star Trek show. It's the first time Star Trek's on TV in 12 years. It looks like a feature quality production. I mean, it looks like a movie. And it's sort of a modern Star Trek. It's like they've adapted to sort of peak TV style storytelling.
Yeah.
It's a very much an ongoing story from episode
Serialized,
to episode.
right? Yeah.
Serialized, and it looks terrific. I think it's worth it for what the streaming service costs. What does it cost? $9 a month, something like that. You know, you can always unsubscribe when you're done if you want.
Right.
So I would say it is absolutely worth it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen the first 2 episodes. You've seen the first 3. I would say, look, I'm a lifelong Trekkie as you are, and I think it's worth it. However, it's, you know, will you stick around and see what else CBS All Access has as a result, or will you just forget to cancel your subscription? I don't know.
That's what CBS is hoping.
Yeah, you know, it's like, I don't really know. There would have to be a lot more of stuff like this to make me want to stay a subscriber to CBS All Access. So I really don't know if after this show is over, I think I would probably myself might cancel it.
Right.
But if there's a promise of more Star Trek and soon, I don't want to have to wait 2 years for it.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I guess we'll have to see how well this does also.
Yeah.
And that will determine whether they make more of it or not.
And it depends on the quality. So let's talk about that. So, okay, it's worth the subscription, and it's because it's, what do you think? A good show?
Yeah, I think it's a good show, and I think it gets better. I mean, again, I've seen the 3rd episode, so I kind of have a sense of the trajectory a little more. But the first 2 episodes very much are just sort of setting up the world that we're in, which is kind of, it's about 10 years before Captain Kirk's TV show is where we're supposed to be set, and it is set in the original TV show timeline. It's not the J.J. Abrams movies. But interestingly, it kind of looks like the J.J. Abrams
It moves
movies.
like the J.J.
And it
movies
moves like
too.
yeah, it's much more cinematic in a way.
Yeah.
And the production design is just off the charts. And I think what's going on there, because some fans are a little bothered by that. They think it should look like the Cage episode from the 1965 or whatever.
We're getting nerdy.
And you know, it looks like the Abrams films because they want to draw in new viewers. They want to, in order to relaunch a franchise, you have to make the thing seem modern and accessible. So that's what's going on there. But it is set in the original series.
Yeah, I mean, there are legacy characters like Sarek, Spock's dad, is a character in there, played by James Frain. There are Klingons. There's the why the Klingons in the Federation are at war is a driving sort of narrative element to this whole thing. I will say that I liked the idea of what they're going for. It does, to me, it got off to sort of a slightly awkward start. Some of the writing was a little too on the nose.
I agree.
It does have the glibness sort of the Abrams movies, and sort of that just the way that the characters kind of spoke to each other, and then when it takes the turn.
Yeah.
You know, but again, we're not going to get into spoilers.
We can't. There's a lot of twists and turns that we can't talk about.
But when it does take that dramatic turn, I felt like the show kind of came alive in a way that you know, it assuaded my my fears about where it might
but
go.
there is a clunkiness to for the first episode in particular, which is a thing that happens with pilots. Is they're trying to cram so much information into such a short amount of time. You have to meet all these characters, establish what the overall story is. It's the sci-fi world, so for newcomers, they have to make sure you understand what the world is. So there's a lot happening in a short amount of time, and so it's a little rough around the edges, a little expositional in some scenes. But ultimately, I think it transcends that stuff and gets better as it goes along.
Okay, real quick nerdy question. Do you like the look of the new look for the Klingons? I couldn't quite warm up to it, and I think making them talk with the fake teeth was a little much for me.
Yeah, they always had fake teeth though, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true. But
you know, it's a little tough as a nerd to get your head around it.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like, you know, there's got to be an explanation somewhere down the line as to why they look different, and I'm just trying to go with it. I really liked the main Klingon villain. I thought he was really cool, and he has a really interesting arc in these first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So I like what they're doing with the Klingons.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where that whole storyline goes in the future episodes.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. We think Star Trek Discovery is worth the streaming subscription. So far, so good. We want to be sure to check out Scott's review of these episodes. We also want you to check out a tour of the costumes and props from the show that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con, as well as a chat you did with the producers where they're talking about why the Klingons and the Federation are at war.
Yep.
So check those out. And as always, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.